You are very familiar with management and you're super familiar with having the wrong and the right people on your team. And, it just takes one bad egg, one person with a cancer type of attitude
Yep.
to affect and spread that poor morality through a company. And that can be crucial, it can be detrimental, and it can definitely inhibit success. Let's talk about that. What are your thoughts? Why did you want to bring this subject up? What do you think? Go on.
So, like you said, I manage the company here in Pawtucket and also have grown the franchise business. So I've hired inspectors, I've hired maintenance technicians, leasing agents, but also company owners. I've hired franchisees because they work for us. So
Hmm.
I've run the full gamut from bottom of the totem pole all the way up until top of the totem pole. And what I've noticed is that usually your first impression is right. We rely heavily on our in-person interview. And a gentleman came in last week and he wanted to open a franchise in Connecticut. Okay. So he comes into our office because he needs us. We don't need him. And he says, "Oh, section 12.2 says blah, blah, blah." And then he goes like this: "Tell me about that." And I said,
So he
"We're all
crosses
set.
his arm. Tell the
We're all
radio
set.
show.
Thanks for coming, pal. Have a good day." All set. But then also creases his eyebrows, and it's a defensive tone, like, "Tell me about section 12.2. Like, sure. How about you say, "Hey, Greg, I'm not really sure about section 4.2. Could you give me a little bit more detail on that?"
Yeah.
No problem. It means XYZ. But his one approach, his one bad off colored comment is enough for me and Nick trust me to make these decisions to say, "Peace out, Cub Scout. We don't need you." And that's not
Good for
illegal.
you.
That's not anything other than we know who fits in here. It's just like a basketball team or a baseball team. There's energy. There's 9 guys on the field. If you got the guy in left field eating sunflower seeds, there's gonna get a ball dropped. So it's you got to make sure all the players on the field are in the ready positions.
You know what I like about your style, Greg, and about what you did there? You, I think, all right, I think when people beat around the bush and when they're not straightforward with people, or they're all accepting, quote unquote, accepting of whatever anybody wants to do and everything's okay, they don't stand for anything. If they'll stand for everything, they stand for nothing. And
Correct.
if you stand for nothing, you're gonna fall. You are
Mm-hmm.
going to be weak and you're going to fall. And so I'm good with that, right? So you're setting clear expectations, but most importantly, you cared enough about this gentleman to not waste his time. And maybe you taught him something.
Right.
Maybe you taught him something about himself and his attitude and and the way he approaches opportunities. And maybe you didn't. But ultimately, I think that when you're straightforward with people in business, okay, it can that type of stuff can lead in over to their personal life, and I think it can really benefit them and help them.
Everybody's soft nowadays. Everybody's accepting and this way, and they won't show who they really are.
Yeah, we
Nexus is small. We're not as big as Movement Mortgage, so we have more autonomy, like Matt pointed out. But we're always going to have that autonomy because that's how we were successful. We are not here to waste people's time, but you're not going to waste ours in turn.